Armen Levack, ESPN Radio 104.5, The Team. It is time to talk to the big man, the offensive lineman of the New York Giants, Mr. Geoff Schwartz. Jeff, first of all, big sports weekend. How much sports did you take in? I know you are a big fan of multiple things. Did you watch the fight? Did you watch the Derby? What did you do?
So obviously a big fan of the draft. I did a little draft coverage on Thursday, and then I just kind of paid attention to it a little bit. My wife and child came in Saturday morning, so I didn't watch much sports on Saturday. I watched the Derby. My wife likes to watch the pre-stuff to look at the hats. I mean, come on. And then we watched the 2 minutes of the race. That was good. And then I went to bed about 10. So I didn't order the fight. I've never been an order the fight type of guy, and I kind of figured the fight would be boring anyways. Both their styles are. Mayweather's just kind of a boring fighter. It's what he is, and I wasn't going to waste my money on that fight.
I mean, you may have made out better than everyone else because I did waste money on that fight, and waste is the key word.
Yeah, I just, it's funny because I'm typically not a person who dislikes or roots against an athlete based on their off-the-field issues. I think we've talked about those before. And I just didn't really want to participate in Mayweather earning money. What he's done is, I think, pretty awful, and coupled with, his team not allowing those women who covered the fight and, covered him negatively to be there just kind of bothered me and gave me another reason to not want to order the fight. Very
well, hey man, I suck as a human being. I ordered the fight, so.
No, that's not. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that's the reasons I didn't order the fight. I understand why people would want to. I mean, if you're a fan of sport and an event, I mean, it was a very hyped up event, and I think a lot of people wanted to watch because they were hoping maybe Mayweather would lose. I do have a question though. As an athlete, how do you feel about the now situation where Manny Pacquiao hid the fact that he had a torn rotator cuff? It's a big situation. He probably wanted to get paid. That's why he didn't tell anybody. I mean, really. Right, because if he had to pull out of the fight, he doesn't get his money. Yeah, $80 million is a heck of a motivator. Yeah, so now he'll get his surgery, and they'll have a rematch in a year, and everyone will buy the fight again, and I'll make more money. But you won't get it because you're smart. I will be stupid and get it again. I will not. I also go to bed extremely early. Like last night, I went to bed at 9:15, so staying up till 1 a.m. to watch a sport that I don't terribly care about, and two guys I don't really care about is not really in my plans. All right, Geoff Schwartz of the New York Giants. So, Jeff, I know you covered the draft. You paid attention to the draft. Any moves the Giants made that particularly stood out to you? I think our first 3 picks were pretty impressive. I think that it's commonly known that we wanted Sheriff as our first guy off the board. For offensive lineman, Washington snagged him up, and I'm sure he'll division opponent, obviously, but I think he'll be a good player in the league, and then. Big Eric Flowers is, who was next up, and he's a big guy, and he's a guy that can bring a little toughness to our O-line. He's very young. He's 21, just turned 21, so, we'll have to work with him to kind of get him ready to play. I'm looking forward to kind of, helping him do that. And then obviously trading up to get Landon Collins was a shrewd move by Jerry Reese, who's not a guy that, often trades up or trades down. And, he was a player that definitely feels a need for us. And then picking up, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that kid's name, from UCLA. I was just calling him UCLA. I guess they've been calling him Double O, but it's Owa Adikizua. That first name or last name? First name is Owa. That's the shortened version, and the last name is Odikizua. How much did you practice that today? So much. Yeah, exactly. I watched so much UCLA film. Oh my God. He was, one of those kind of right. I think he was a tier below all those top, 6-7 pass rushers, but definitely we got him at a round where I don't think he would have been there. So, those 3 guys will come in right away, and Double O is not going to probably start for us, but he'll be a good depth rusher. The other 2 guys are just kind of penciling starters right around, first day, which is kind of what you want with your top picks. Jeff, when you bring in guys like Eric Flowers, Landon Collins, like you said, they're all gonna factor into the playing time right away. I always wonder, like with a big guy like Flowers, I know hazing used to be a big thing. I know it's not called hazing anymore, but is there still that kind of playful teasing, like the welcoming to the group? Yeah, there's teasing. There always kind of is, and especially for rookies. But I mean, this is my 8th year, and things have changed a lot. There's nothing that happens to rookies. I mean, maybe they pay for one dinner, and that's it. I mean, wouldn't even really bother. And the culture of the Giants is not one that kind of promotes that, anyways. Some places, may promote a little bit more of the hazing, you would call it, but just in my opinion, it never really gets out of hand. I think that it's kind of tradition to have a rookie pay for a dinner. I don't think it's a bad thing. Every rookie has basically done it, and I think it's a bonding experience, and it's just kind of one of those things where it's just kind of tradition, and so that's not a big deal. I don't think. Otherwise, that's really about it. Just get us candy for our offensive line room, and make sure we have waters in our fridge. I mean, that's about what we asked them to do.
Do guys not fit in if they go, you know what, I'm too big for this. I'm not carrying your water. I'm not helping you. No.
You know what? It used to be. I don't think it is anymore. I think guys now, rookies just refuse to do stuff, and there's no repercussion. Back in the day, and even I can't even tell you what the punishment was or what happened, but guys would get their cars maybe messed with, or they get their stuff thrown in the cold tub, or something would happen if they didn't kind of follow the veterans lead. When I came in as a rookie, it wasn't even thought of that you didn't listen to the veterans. I mean, you just did what they told you, and it wasn't malicious. It just was part of the deal, and it's just different now.
He's Geoff Schwartz, offensive lineman of the New York Giants, fresh from his draft coverage. And, Jeff, one of the bigger arguments that happens on this show between Armen and myself is I would love to see the Giants on Hard Knocks, and Armen thinks I'm an idiot. He thinks it would get in the way. How would you feel if Hard Knocks was in your locker rooms?
I personally would not like it. I think that, while it definitely is good television, I watch all the episodes. I mean, I think it's good television. It's just not. I just don't think the Giants are built for it. We're not a team with drama. We're not a organization that kind of wants the spotlight, and we just kind of go about our business. And I think that's the way it should be. And especially, just as an offensive line unit, I just think that we are, we like just being kind of a close-knit group, and having the cameras in our face the whole time, I think would just kind of throw off our rhythm, And one other thing, too. So, I don't know how guys do it, when they hear their coaches talk about them on the show. I think that'd be really awkward, because that's the coaches, that's their own time to talk about players. I don't want to know what's said in those meetings.
So the Giants just aren't built for that kind of showmanship drama. The Giants are more of a blow the whistle and we'll punch you in the mouth and beat you on the football field.
Yeah, and it's not going to happen. I don't think it'll ever happen for the Giants.
How does it not though? I said, I'd be fascinated just to see
because our organization has a lot of pull in the NFL. I just don't think that it would. I think it would be boring, man. I mean, we're not what would be the storyline?
JPP being nutty, Odell Beckham Jr. and the Madden cover.
I don't know. Maybe I think that what I do is not as exciting as everyone else thinks it is.
But you're pretty exciting. You're the cooking and running around doing crazy stuff.
They're not going to follow me with some cooking.
Maybe that's the thing.
Only people that enjoy eating enjoy that. Not everyone enjoys eating, which, there's something wrong with people who don't enjoy eating.
Just that could be how we launch the Geoff Schwartz cooking hour. I'm just saying right there.
Yeah, off Hard Knocks. There are people that tell me, I don't like to eat. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I can't get my brain around that one.
Who doesn't like to eat? By the way, since we're talking about the draft a little bit, how did you feel about Amari Cooper's photo when he got to the Raiders?
Yeah, he looked real thrilled, didn't he?
Yeah, I know I know that probably hurt you, didn't it?
I can't blame him yet. You know what I mean? He goes from a winning tradition to a team that hasn't done anything good since 2002. Hopefully, he smiles on the field. Is that a PC enough answer as a lifelong fan? But it did. Yeah. It hurt a little bit. It stung. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, speaking of draft and drama, and now the team in your division that is always full of drama, when you look at what the Dallas Cowboys did in the draft in this offseason, do you just sit there and go, do you guys, are you just trying to field the team from longest yard? What are you trying to do?
Okay, I know the Randy Gregory situation was, not ideal, but, some teams view, the value of the risk of doing that. They, obviously, Dallas felt that the value at 60 was worth the risk of Randy Gregory, and there's no It's tough. I mean, it's one of those things where that's kind of what they're doing. I mean, what they've been doing. They take risks where other organizations, like ourselves, probably wouldn't, take a risk like that.
But as a player, is there a point where you sit there and go, you know what? Now TMZ's camped out, everybody's here. Why do you keep bringing in Greg Hardy's, Randy Gregory's, all these guys?
I think he's less of drama than Tim Tebow would be on a team. I mean, that's going to get more media coverage. The Randy Gregory thing it happened. People covered it, and I don't think much will be said after his first time he meets with the media. I mean, unless he doesn't get in trouble, what's going to be made of it? And it looks like the Cowboys got a steal.
Now, I just we'll go back to the good guys in the NFC East, the Giants, not the Cowboys. Eli, we talked to Eric Flowers. Eli already reached out to him, had a conversation with him. When do you reach out to the rookies joining your team?
So I think there's a couple offensive linemen. We got his number. We sent him some text messages. I know how busy he is, and I don't want to end him with a call. So I've been texting him a little bit back and forth, and I saw him at our our draft party, the Giants draft party. He said hi to him, and it's tough. He's overwhelmed. I mean, it's a big jump to go from Miami to the New York Giants, and he's young, man. He just turned 21. I mean, I couldn't even imagine when I was that young being a draft pick that high, and the feeling it is, and the overwhelmingness of it, and so it's good to talk to him. Good to meet him, and he'll be in I think Thursday for a rookie minicamp, and then we'll start to build a relationship with him.
That's fantastic. Geoff Schwartz, big man, offensive lineman for the New York Giants. And the ankle's still good. No reason to believe you're not going to be pushing people around.
No reason. It's just kind of through the process, and we got a couple months till camp, and I'll be ready to go.
Excellent. Geoff Schwartz, offensive lineman of the New York Giants, right here. Armen Levack, 104.5 The Team. Geoff, I love when you make time for us. All right, Geoff, I hear sirens. You better drive faster, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, talk to you later.